Coined as the franchise by Joel Embiid himself.
Philadelphia's got a good one. He's going to be here for a long time, and like I said, he's the franchise.
Tyrese Maxey has emerged as a perennial all-star, and it has completely changed not only the Philadelphia 76ers and their title aspirations, but it's changed the East as we know it. Let me set the stage. All throughout the summer and going into the season, James Harden expressed so much concern.
I wanted to retire a Sixer, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be here and retire a Sixer, and front office didn't have that in their future plans, you know what I mean? So, like, it's literally out of my control. It's something that I didn't want to happen, an assistant being in this position. But, you know, I got to make a decision for, you know, my family. I understand this is a business.
So what do the 76ers do? They trade his ass. In a trade of the 76ers trading away Harden, PJ Tucker, Petrusev to the Clippers, we see Marcus Morris Rocco come back, baby. Nick Batum, KJ Martin, 28th first, a couple seconds, another pick swap, and the deal is done. Harden, once thought as the savior of Philadelphia, coming to bring them a championship, now leaves as a loser, as he's unfortunately shown with his past multiple teams. But with this departure, now this set the stage for someone to step up, and who else but Tyrese Maxey. I know it's a low sample size, but let me just run through some of the stats Maxey's put up so far. He's averaging almost 29 points, 43% from 3, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and averages a block and a steal a game. What a jump from last season, and it's all attributed because of this James Harden trade. Everybody wants to talk about how James Harden and Embiid were so good in the pick and roll, and they were. But let's not forget that Maxey and Embiid are crazy on the pick and roll. For instance, in the game that Maxey just dropped 50 points, they scored the first 13 points between Maxey and Embiid. Then they also dropped the first 20 of the first 26 points on 8 of 11 shooting. And how does that happen? It's because of the pick and roll. It's because who are you going to stop? Are you going to stop Embiid down low? Or are you going to stop Maxey that can just take a step back, hit the 3, hit a mid-range, whatever you want, he can do it. And I will say, it was not always like this. Maxey, again, some people said he had confidence problems when he first came in, whatever it may be. He's a dog, and he understood his role when James Harden was there, and he was kind of that spark plug that could come in, keep the team running, but now he's the star. Especially with this lineup, no one really thought that the 76ers were going to be balling like they are, but they are putting on a show. Speaking of the 76ers in that starting 5, let me just run through the players and some of the stats that they're putting up. Of course, we got Joel Embiid. He's averaging around 32 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, almost a steal, and around 33 minutes played. Then again, I already went over Maxey, but I'll do it again. 29 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal, and about 37 minutes played. Then we got Tobias Harris, who's almost dropping 20 and 7 and 3 assists with almost a steal a game in 36 minutes. That's pretty crazy, and it's good to see Tobias finally get, whether it's the confidence or the shot back. Next, we move on to Kelly Oubre, which unfortunately is going to be out with a car accident, and we hope that he's okay, but Mans was dropping 16 points, 5 rebounds, almost a steal and a half a game, which is amazing to see, and it's unfortunate because now the 76ers are going to be tasked with, hey, do they have a next man up mentality? And lastly, we go to DeAnthony Melton, which averaging around 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and around 27 minutes played, but hey, this starting 5 has been putting in a shift the first 9 games, and of course losing Kelly Oubre will be a devastating hit, but this team's gonna ball when you have Tobias stepping up, when you have Kelly Oubre, when you have Maxey and Embiid. I mean, teams obviously are having problems with it. Yes, you're gonna bring up, oh, they lost by 1 on opening night to the Bucks. Yeah, it's the fucking Bucks. What's happened since then? They've looked unstoppable, and they beat the Celtics already. Anytime that you can beat a top East team is crazy. And the fact that you're losing by 1 to Giannis without Harden, where no one knows who's going to step up, I take that as a win. Instead of chasing stars, Daryl Morey is more about building Maxey and Embiid. And Morty got rid of the cancer on the team already. That was with the Harden trade. He got him off the team. And unfortunately, we had to go through the year or two of just knowing that James Harden is James Harden. And in the playoffs, he does not clutch up. And I've said it once on this channel, and I'll say it again. James Harden in the playoffs is a shell of himself, and he is, I don't want to say a mid player because he's very good, but he does not step up when the team needs him. And I guess Morey saw that and said, hey, I'm going to finally invest in the right players, and it's Embiid and it's Maxey. And when you look at it, there's so much flexibility that they've gained from this Harden trade, whether it's the picks or whatever it is, getting role players such as Nick Batum, Rocco is back. This is a roster that is playing for one another, and with James Harden, you just didn't have that. And it's so difficult when you have James Harden demanding the ball. Pause. But now there's so much more space for the whole team to get into the action and make more of an impact. I mean, it's tough to cook when James Harden's having an off night and he decides he's going to drop 5 points and take over 20 shots. So whether it be more efficiently or whether the team's just blending in more, they look great. The chemistry's there, and the flexibility, whether it's in between lineups, whether it's in the switches, the 76ers are executing at such a high rate. And when we're talking about flexibility, we're also talking about flexibility in signing players, and now they honestly don't really need a true star in free agency or in a trade because Maxey has stepped up, and that's the flexibility that you get when you see such a transformation like this. The Sixers don't have to go out and get someone on the level of a Kawhi or an AD or someone like that. Here are just some of the players that they can get, honestly, for cheap. First off, one of my favorites would be Buddy Hield, and we're talking about a 3-point specialist. We're talking about someone that's shooting 40% on at least 8 3-point attempts a game since the start of the 2018 to 2019 season. There's only 3 people that fit that category. It's Steph Curry, it's Klay Thompson, and it's Buddy Hield. Next, we go into Bogdanovich, someone that a lot of people are going to think, oh, he's 34-year-old, he's old, he's washed. Nah, this dude's balling. He's got 22 points on 49, 41, 88 shooting splits. And look, to be honest, Detroit has looked terrible. They're going to be lottery bound again. They got to get something for Bogdanovich, so why not get it now? Next, we go into marketing, where I know he's 26. Utah might want to keep him, but they're 2-7 to start the season. They're not looking good. Why would Utah not want more picks? Why would they not want to start that rebuild? Yes, it could be with marketing, but why not at least ask and try to get one of the league's best bargains right now? Those are the type of players that I mean when I'm talking about trades that the Sixers can make, right? I'm not talking about they can get OG or they can get Siakam. Yeah, they could. They're going to pay max contracts, but I just don't see the Sixers doing that, and I don't feel as though they should do that, considering that they're in such a good spot now with James Harden leaving, and especially with Nurse's chemistry with Siakam. I mean,
I'm not sure why he's been so out of rhythm since the restart in the bubble here. He hasn't had a lot of great games. And I think that's more of it. Other than here we are in the playoffs, and he's supposed to be our leading guy. I'm just not sure he's been in great rhythm since the restart. And it's too bad because he was spectacular in last year's playoffs, and he was spectacular all season long. So we still got some games to play. Hopefully he can get his rhythm.
Tyrese Maxey is becoming what Harden was thought to do in Philly. While Harden did show some life here, it's evident now with Maxey dropping 50 points that he's up to that level. To be honest, I think Philadelphia is better without Harden and with Maxey as the 2 to Embiid's #1 role. It's shown this season, and even the Clippers are off to a shaky start after trading for Harden. So in conclusion, Tyrese Maxey could be the savior to the biggest process in sports history, and being labeled the franchise, I mean, come on, it's perfect. Maxey is becoming a perennial all-star before our eyes, and he's showing that he can hang with the top guys in the league. So if you made it this far, I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think that Maxey is the chosen one, the one to save Philly from a second-round knockout? So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more of these breakdowns. But for now, it's been Studs.